Hotep, Alafia, Kamusta. Welcome to the Mindofro page. I am Ifa Titilayo Obajaguna. Today I'm going to make a video on some basic ways on how to protect your home from negative energy. So the last video I made, it was on gaslighting. Gaslighting is a technique used by manipulative and abusive people to control their victims. It's used not only in interpersonal romantic relationships, but also we tend to have family members that do it, and a lot of the media does it, and politicians do it. So go ahead and check that video out on my YouTube channel at Mindofro, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. I also have a TikTok and an Instagram and a Twitter at Mindofro and a Snapchat at LittleRoro253. So here are 10 ways you could energetically protect your home from negative energy. So how do you know you have a lot of negative energy coming into your home? Basically, one of the biggest red flags is a lot of fighting and bickering and arguing, depression, anxiety, anger, any kind of energies that you feel that is low or unserving to you and your family members or whoever else is in your home, and you feel like it seems to be habitually happening within your home, then that's how you know you're having a lot of negative energy in your home. Maybe you're also losing a lot of things. Maybe you're losing money. Maybe your health is diminishing. This is a type of energy that you know that is within your home. So here are 10 ways you can protect your home from negative energy. Number 1 is Feng Shui. So Feng Shui is a traditional practice used from China. It's very, very common. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. So what it is basically positioning your furniture within your home to promote positive flow and positive energy within your home. So this is one of the main ways to promote positive energy in your home. I'm just going to give you some basic ways. I'm not going to go too much into it. I'm just giving some basics on each of these 10 steps. So here's just about 3 things to kind of go by. And when it comes to positioning your furniture within your home, one of the main things of it is commanding position. So commanding position basically means that you have your furniture facing towards your door, or you're able to see the door from the most used furniture. So like your couch, your desk, your stove, any place that you're majority of the time going to be, where you're going to eat, where you're going to relax, watch TV, where you're going to sleep. So your bed should always be very visual to the door. So if you're going to be using your desk, if you're going to be sitting on the couch, you should be able to see the doorway from your straight vision. And the reason why this is because you're subconsciously feeling safe. You know, if somebody was to walk through the door, you subconsciously know that you're going to be able to see it right away. Another one is never have the back of your chairs or your couch or anything, the back of it face the door, because that's the opposite of what we should be doing. So be mindful of that. If you have any chairs or anything facing the back of it facing the door, make sure you're moving it around so it's facing towards the doors instead of the opposite way. Another one is clutter. Less is more. So if you have a lot of clutter in your home, a cluttered home causes a cluttered mind. So one of the main things is don't have a lot of stuff underneath your bed. So if you have a lot of stuff underneath your bed, it could cause subconscious thoughts of clutter, because you will always subconsciously, even if you're not thinking about it, subconsciously you will be aware that you have a lot of stuff underneath your bed. So if you would like to have a better night's sleep and you have any sleeping issues, having clutter underneath your bed is going to cause more sleeping issues. So make sure all the clutter is cleaned off from underneath your bed. If you want to have things underneath your bed because you maybe not having a room to put anywhere else, make sure it's neatly organized, make sure it's folded neatly, so you're sleeping on top of organized energy, which will help you organize your thoughts as well. And another one is soften up your corners, which means if you have, it's normal for us to have a square room. It's to soften up the edges in rooms. It's good to have round tables, round pillows to keep the room feeling soft and smooth energetically. That's another tip as well. The next one is number 2, is smudge your home. This is very, very common. A lot of people know about smudging. If you do not know what smudging is burning herbs to cleanse the negative energy out of your home. So the 3 basic smudges we should be using to cleanse your home is sage, which is very common, but a lot of people just tend to just wave their sage around all over the place and they don't really do it correctly. So the best way to do it when you sage your home, this is what sage looks like, is to start at your front door. Some people like to start at their kitchen. Whatever your intuition tells you is best, go with that. I tend to start at my front door because that's where energy is coming through at. So it's best to cleanse yourself first before you cleanse your home. You're going to cleanse your own self. You're going to start from the bottom of your toes and work your way up over your head and then back down and away behind yourself. And then after you're cleansed, you're going to cleanse your own home. You're going to start at your door and you're going to go clockwise, and you want to focus a lot of the cleansing on areas that have openings to the outside world. That way what you're doing is you're keeping negative energies from going in and you're pushing negative energies out. So one of the best ways to clear a lot of negative energy is to open everything in your home. I used to do this in my old spot and it works a lot. If you open everything that has a door within your home, it could be cabinets, drawers, everything, all the doors, all the windows, and then you go and cleanse your whole entire home. You're going to start from the front door or the kitchen. Some people like to start the kitchen. And you're going to go clockwise and you're going to focus on going up the doorway, up the corners, down the ceiling. And you want to do a lot of up movements because what you're doing is you're promoting ascension area. You're going up with it. Of course, you got to go back down, but you want to set the intention that you're floating energy upward and upward and up away. And you go all the way around the whole house. And do this until you get back to your front door. And then if you feel intuitively one area might need it for more, then listen to your intuition. If you feel like there is a specific room a lot of people fight at, or is a specific chair that a toxic family member sits in, it's good to emphasize and focus on that energy as well. Sit there as long as your intuition tells you to cleanse that area and then move forward. And the other one is, so sage is meant to let go or release negative energy. Palo Santo is known to give positive energy. So it's best to start with sage first. And then if you want to do the whole opening all the cabinets, open the door technique, if you do that, when you get to the point of Palo Santoing your home, you're going to want to close everything back up. So once you're done doing it, let your home kind of air out a little bit, let all the negative energy float out, and then go back around in your home and close everything back up. And then you're going to do the same thing like you did with the sage, except with everything closed, and start at the front door. And you're going to go clockwise around your whole entire home. And of course, like I said earlier, you're going to do the same thing where you're going to cleanse yourself, start from your toes all the way up and back out again. And then you're going to cleanse your home. Starting from the door, emphasize on the corners, windows, doors, wherever you feel like there's a lot of negative energy at, you're going to use the Palo Santo. And the Palo Santo raises the vibration. So sage neutralizes the energy while Palo Santo lifts the energy up. Another one that promotes a lot of positive energy for smudging in your home is frankincense. Frankincense is known to attract a lot of ascended beings. So if you like to communicate with ascended beings, or what in Ifa we like to call Fun Fun, like Obatala, beings like that, or in Kemet Asar, Fun Fun, which is light beings, then frankincense, this is kind of what it actually looks like. Looks like little rocks. Burning these around your home, and you're going to do the same thing where you're going to make sure you cleanse yourself first. You start from your toes all the way up and back out again. And you're going to do the same thing where you start at the door. You start from the doorway and then you travel around and go up the corners. So if you're not sure how to burn these, I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to buy some of these. What this is charcoal, and when you buy it, it typically comes in a package like this. So you're going to use this instead of using the lighter to light it. You're actually, what I mean is, instead of using this to light this, you're going to use charcoal. So the charcoal will keep it lit the whole time, so you don't have to keep sitting there with the lighter, because once you light this, they go out really fast. So to keep it from going out and to keep it from you having to keep lighting it yourself, you're going to get charcoal, and charcoal stays lit on its own. And this is specifically for, you can get it at a smoke shop because it's used for hookahs. As you know, I have a show called Hookah Time with Mindofro, and we're always smoking the hookah. So these are the best things to use. You could buy them in smoke shops. And you're going to place it in something that will not break, like this right here. This is made of clay, something that's made of clay or metal, or anything that's made to withhold a lot of heat. Do not put it on a plate, because I did that and it will break your plate, because it will get really hot and it will break it. So what you're going to do is, like it's, as you can see, it's lighting. You're just going to simply stick this on top of the charcoal, and eventually the charcoal will start to burn, and it will start to smoke and stuff. It's going to take a while to do it, and then there you go, now it's starting to do it. So as you see, it's just lighting it. So the charcoal is lighting it on its own. So then you can then you're going to take this to cleanse yourself, and then go around all the corners of your home, starting from your front door, going clockwise and cleansing your whole home. And then of course, always don't underestimate the power of thought. So when you are doing these cleansing techniques and smudging techniques, always make sure you have like a positive affirmations in your head. You could say things like, I let go of any negative energy that no longer serves you, that no longer serves me, or only positive energy is allowed here. You know, stuff like that. Just anything that's going to be positive, and anything that's going to help manifest letting go of negative energy and allowing positive energy to be within your home. And next one is, number 3 is place selenite in front of your electronics. So a lot of the reason why we tend to vibe really, really low is because in this society, especially if you live in a city, there's a lot of electronic. We have our phones, we have our flat screen TVs, we have our laptops, and all this stuff is everywhere. Now we have 5G, which is known to have a very, very low frequency. If you look this up, it is a fact, I found this out, that 5G is the same exact frequency of the frequency of fear. So if you notice you're around a lot of technology, you tend to feel like I don't know if you feel like this, but sometimes when I'm on my phone for too long, or if I'm in front of a laptop for a while, I notice I start to get really agitated and feeling like I want to be a little more argumentative. Hence why we have a lot of trolls online. So people who like to sit on the internet for a long time, one of the reasons why, one, I'm sure they're a little toxic anyways, but being on the internet and soaking in 5G energy is not helping the situation. So if you feel as though you're dealing with this energy from your technology, or being on the phone a lot, or being on your laptop a lot, or being close to your TV, you feel like it's not a coincidence that as soon as you got on your phone and you're on it for 15 minutes, all of a sudden you were in a bad mood. It's the 5G, it's the frequency, it's completely, that's not just you, it's doing that to everybody, whether you're mindful of it or not. So using, how you pronounce it? Selenite, hold on, am I saying the name right? Selenite, sorry. So using selenite, this is a small one right here. This is an example of what it looks like. It's getting really smoky. Can you guys see me? Let me move this for a second. So you move over here behind me. Okay, so it's not funny. So this is a small one that I actually use in my pyramid, but they have really big ones. I have a really big tower that's in my storage right now. It's about this big. They have towers. They have big giant bars that are like this thick and really big. This isn't going to do anything in front of a giant flat screen TV. It's barely going to do anything. So if you have a really big TV, this would help with like a cell phone. This could help with a laptop. But if you have a really big giant flat screen TV, I would suggest to get one of the giant bars or one of the giant wands that are like really big and really thick, or the towers, and they look kind of like pyramids the way they're cut, and they kind of go up to a point. You could put them in front of your TV. So what they do and what they're known for is soaking up frequency. So if you have this in front of your TV, or if you have it on your laptop while you're using the laptop, this is known to soak up, and studies has been done on this. So if you would like to go online and go on YouTube and go on Google and research this yourself, there has been studies that stated if this is placed on your laptop, or if it's placed in front of your television, your flat screen TV, this stone is known to soak up the frequency before it gets to you. There are ways that you can measure it. There are apps that you can have that will measure the frequencies of your electronics, and you can measure it yourself. I've done it myself. I've seen other videos of people doing it, and this in fact will lower the frequency, the energetic frequency, if you were to use this in front of your electronics. It does help soak them. It's going to soak in the energy so your aura isn't soaking in the energy. The next one is throw away anything that you don't need. So anything that's broken. I have a bad habit of losing one earring and always holding on to one earring. And I tend to do this thing where I'm like, well, as soon as I throw this earring away, I'm going to find it. And then I never do. So ladies, if you do this, if you've been having an earring and this one earring for months and months and months, just let it go. Because what it's doing is it's a holding on to energy, and it's keeping us away from abundance. So when we're holding on to things that don't serve us, we're blocking abundant energy. So if you do not want it to identify you, then let it go. If you have one earring and you know you've been missing the other one for months and months, let it go, throw it away. You have enough money and you have enough abundance and success to be able to buy some more earrings. Or if you lose one sock, throw it away. And if you haven't been able to find it, throw it away. If there's anything that's broken, either fix it, and if you cannot fix it, then throw it away. There's no reason for you to hold on to it. You gotta let it go. And one of the major things too is let go of anything that has any bad memories. So if you have an ex and you had a really bad relationship with this person, or even if you didn't and you're just moving on to somebody else, let go of stuff that is tying you to emotional trauma or drama from the past. Let go of pictures that don't serve you. Let go of clothes that don't serve you. Let go of jewelry that was given to you by any exes that has traumatized you, or any just people in general. If you have anything that holds any bad memory, maybe there's a toxic person you used to hang out with that was a friend and you still have a lot of pictures or a lot of memory sakes from them and you're really heartbroken over it, just let it go, okay? I know sometimes it's hard, but that's when we get into the habit of hoarding things that don't serve us. So like I said earlier, I'm going to keep pushing this saying because a being, one of the spirits that walk with me told me this. He said, if you do not want it to identify you, then let it go. Okay? The next one is, number 5 is sound. So, in ancient Egypt and a lot of ancient civilizations, the Mayans, Hindus understand the magic of sound. So, if you want to raise the vibrations in your home, be very mindful of what you're listening to with sound. So, if you have a lot of negative songs that are not only the beats sound negative, but the verbiage, what they're using is negative, it will subconsciously create negativity within you. So we have to be really mindful of what we listen to and really mindful of what we're listening to, especially right before we fall asleep, because when you're sleeping, it is a fact that your subconscious mind is more active in your sleep than when you're awake and files way more information when you're asleep than when you're awake, because your subconscious mind controls 80% of your actions. That being said, that's why you need to be careful what you listen to and the sounds you're listening to when you're falling asleep or when you're tired, because that's when you're getting hypnotized. So hypnotherapy means you're slowing down your mind, because that's what meditation is meant to do. Why we meditate and why we slow our mind down when we repeat affirmations is because when you slow your mind down and you say affirmations, or you get hypnotized and someone is giving you affirmations, you are filing that information as truth and as if it belongs to you when your mind is slowed down. So be mindful of what you're listening to within your home on a constant basis, and definitely what you're listening to when you're falling asleep or when you're sleepy or when you're tired, especially when you get off work. Do not listen to anything toxic when you get off work. Like, there's all kinds of music out here that just talk about all kinds of inappropriate stuff we don't need to be listening to. Especially, I understand, I love listening to some music. I love to feel gangster sometimes, but there's a time and place, and when you're falling asleep, that is not the time to listen to it, because you don't want your brain to file it and accept it as normal or as if it's okay. And your brain does that when it's tired. So other than that, one of the good things to do is get a singing bowl. Oh, hold on, let me go grab mine really quick. So singing bowls have a very high frequency that tends to, it depends on which singing bowl you have. A lot of them are tuned to match the frequency of your heart chakra. Not all of them, some of them are different. They have specific ones that can match your root, your sacral, your solar plex, your crown, your third eye. But a lot of them are made in a way to match your heart chakra energy. So you could use a singing bowl the exact same way you would use sage or Palo Santo to clarify or raise up the energy within your home. So you would do the same thing where you would cleanse yourself first, and then you're going to go around your home going clockwise and then cleansing your home with it. So what the sound does is it raises the vibration within your home. So negative energy is low energy, fear, sadness, depression, anger, anxiety, stuff like that. Those are low vibrations. So happiness, joy, creativity, intuition, stuff like clarity, that's high vibrations. So a lot of times our mind is connected to, not a lot of times, all the time, our mind and our thoughts are connected to the energetic field that we are in. Not only within our life, but within the town that we're in, and the energy and the frequencies of other people that we are associating ourselves with, the energy of our home and where our home is at, and all kinds of stuff like that. So using a singing bowl will help raise the frequency and the energy within your home. Even when it sounds like the sound of the frequency has stopped, just because you can't hear it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. The frequency is known to keep going and going and going and going and going long before you even stopped playing the bowl. So you would start at your toes and you would ring the bell. Of course, it's a little harder if you're using both hands to do it, but you would cleanse yourself first, all the way up to the top of your head, because obviously you can't do your backside with this cleansing bowl. And then you would continue on and going around the whole entire home with the sound. And pay attention to the sound of your bowl if you have one. If you feel like it's crinkly, let me see if I get it to do it. Sometimes there's a time when the bowl is smooth, and then there's times where it sounds crinkly. When it sounds crinkly, it means there's some crinkly energy there and you want to smooth it out. So do not move from that spot until you hear the bowl smooth out again. If it's not smoothing out, then you need to smooth out, which means you are being too shaky-handed, or you're being too much in a hurry and you're not being in the moment. So take the time to learn how to sing your singing bowl if you have one, if you're planning on getting one, and learn to keep the sound to sound smooth like the way it sounds now. And if you feel like it gets crinkly, it means that you need to be smoother with the singing bowl, and the energy that you're standing in needs some smoothness in that area. Did you notice the crinkly sound at the end? That's the crinkly sound the inconsistent sound that I was talking about, to be mindful of when you're singing the bowl. When you sing the bowl, make sure it's smooth the whole time to promote that energy of smoothness within your home. The next one is plants. Yes, plants. The more plants, the merrier. Plants and whales actually are known to have the most highest frequency, highest auric field energy within this whole entire planet. Yes, Gaia has the most highest frequency on the whole entire planet. Yes, higher than you and me as humans. Gaia has the highest frequency. So the more Gaia you bring within your home, the more plants you bring within your home, the higher frequency your home will be. As you notice, I don't know if you know this, but I've noticed that sometimes if you play the wrong music, like really hard rock music, it is known to kill plants. So there has been many studies saying that the way you speak to your plant's life will respond to it. That's why it's been known to say positive things to your plants, because they could feel it and it will flourish if you say positive things, and it could die if you say a lot of negative things. So plants is a good proof that if you're listening to negative energy songs, that there's something within you that could die, just like some of these sounds and frequencies and songs could kill plants as well. So it's good it's a good thing to be mindful of what we're listening to. If you have energy and songs that are killing your plants, it's probably something you shouldn't be listening to. So yes, Gaia will raise the frequency in your home, and not only does it raise the frequency in your home, it brings you a lot of health because it's bringing a lot of fresh oxygen within your home when you're breathing in on a regular basis instead of a lot of pollution and stuff like that. The next one is aromatherapy. So you can't be happy if your house smells like boo-boo, okay? So even if you want to ignore it, if your house smells stale, you're going to feel stale. If your house is stinky, you're going to feel stinky, all that kind of stuff. So we got to make sure the way our house smells is the way we're going to feel. So this is a fact that one of the major things that brings memories is not sight or sound. It's actually smell. One of the major senses that bring us memories is smell. So if you want to have a good memory or good mind, we got to watch what our house smells like. You got to smell good all the time. So plugins happen to have a lot of carcinogens in it, and it's really not good for us. It's poisonous. You can look it up online, and it could hurt us internally and actually end up being a negative aspect in our life instead of a positive. So just because it smells good does not mean it's right, okay? So please be careful when you're using sprays and you're using anything that is man-made. Those plugins are not good for us unless you're using one specifically that burns essential oils. The more natural it is, the more healthy it's going to be for you. So here are just some basic essential oils or incense or scented candles that you could aim for your home. So if you burn cedarwood, it's going to give you a feeling of grounding and a sense of security. So if you're having trouble standing on your own 2 feet, or you feel insecure about yourself, or you're feeling really fearful, the smell of cedarwood is going to help you feel secure and grounded. If you have any creative blocks, or you're running out of energy and you feel really sluggish, citrus smells like lemon and orange is going to help give you a lot of energy, feelings of vitality, and open your mind to a lot more creative thoughts. And another one is lavender. If you're stressed out, this is the best one to help you relax. If you get a lot of anxiety, lavender is going to help you relax. If you want to work on your intuition and open that third eye and be more connected to being speaking to you or ancestors speaking to you, lavender is going to be the best scent to work with. It's good for your intuition, and it'll help you relax, because the best way to open that third eye and help you tap into the spirit realm is by relaxing. The next one, number 8, is kicking the coconut. I am sure a lot of you have heard the song about kicking the coconut, and you've probably seen it on videos, but you had no idea that that actually was an African practice to protect your energy and your home's energy from negative energy. So you're going to do the same thing that you did with the other cleansing techniques that I gave you, and you're going to start at your door, and you're going to kick the coconut, and you're not supposed to pick it up. It's fun. It's a game. If you have stairs, it could be a struggle. Resist the urge to pick it up. I feel like the more energy you put into it and the more fun you have with it, and the more you tell yourself, no, I'm not gonna pick it up, I'm not gonna cheat, the funner it is, and the more energy you're putting into what we call OB. OB is great at soaking in negative energy. So I made another video not too long ago, a few weeks ago, about soaking up negative energy or protecting ourselves from negative energy, and I brought up OB, who is the coconut, and we could use that to cleanse your body off as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to cleanse your body off with the intention to say, OB, take all that doesn't serve me, take all the bad juju off, anything, black magic, toxicity, witchcraft, all that stuff. Get it off me. Give it to Obi, and then you're going to drop it on the ground or place it on the ground, and you're going to kick it around your whole entire home, kick it up the stairs, kick it down the stairs, all the way around until you get back to the door, and you're going to kick Obi, the coconut, out of your front door, and you're going to kick it all the way to the nearest crossroad, because that's where crossroads and doorkeepers reside at, and you want to give that energy to the crossroad beings so they could take whatever is not serving you and return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. And it's best to say this while you're doing it. Say, Obi, take all the negative energy away, or coconut, take all that negative energy. Obi, take all the negative energy away. Protect my home from negative energies. Protect my home from negative people. May there only be light. May there only be joy. May there only be peace. May there only be whatever it is that you want to have. May there only be wealth. May there only be health in my home. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Things like that as you're kicking it around the home. And the more energy you put into it, the more it's going to work better. And then you're going to kick it all the way to the crossroads. And when you get to the crossroads and kick it over there, say, take this energy away from me. It no longer serves me. And only allow positive energy within my life. Thank you, Obi. And you're going to turn around and walk back home. And you're not going to look back. Never look back unless you're on the catwalk or playing basketball, okay? Leave it alone. And if somebody runs around and comes to grab it, it doesn't matter. That means it was just accepted. So just leave it there. Leave it alone. If a bird wants to peck at it and eat it, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Leave it there. That means it's been accepted. It's okay. Don't worry about it, okay? Next one is, this is the most obvious one. It's practice good character, okay? So if you have a drinking problem or a drug problem, and you're constantly over drinking, and what alcohol does to us, it tends to make a lot of us very aggressive and do a lot of sloppy, stupid things, like pick fights with our family members and our friends and whatever, or doing drugs and then coming down off drugs makes us emotional, and we're being overly reactive to people, and then we wonder why we have a lot of negative energy in the home. You know, we got to practice good character. We can't be picking fights with people all the time, yelling at our children, screaming at them, putting them down, calling them names, calling our spouses names, you know, calling people on the phone, and all you want to do is talk about drama, and then question and then go around and stage your home. You know, sometimes the negative energy is you, and we got to be mindful of that. We got to be mindful of our character, and we definitely need to be mindful of not only our character, but the characters that we allow into our home. I'm sure you've heard this saying, never invite a vampire into your home. Do not invite energy vampires into your home, okay? It's not our job to save everybody. Everybody is not our project. We have to own up to the energy that we keep inviting into our home by our actions and our characteristics and the characteristics that we are allowing within our home. We need to own up to it. If we want peace and light and positivity in our home, we need to be positive people, and we need to only allow positive people within our home. I know this is really hard if I have a lot of empaths who follow me and watch this video, because us empaths tend to have a bad habit of trying to love people that don't want to love you back correctly, or they don't want to love themselves. We need to stop doing that. If we want to have a peaceful home and a peaceful life and have positive energy within our home, we need to stop trying to save toxic, negative energy vampires. That includes ourselves. Okay, well, I mean, we could save ourselves, but I mean, we have to stop excusing that behavior. We have to hold ourselves accountable. If we're toxic, we have to hold ourselves accountable for that. If we like to pick fights, we need to hold ourselves accountable for that. We need to be mindful of if we gaslight people and stuff like that. So gaslighting, like I said earlier, is a technique used to manipulate people or to make other people question their sanity. It's a very subconscious bad habit that a lot of us have, that we picked up from the media, we picked up from our colonizers, we picked up from our parents, and we need to be mindful of that, because sometimes the fights are being started because we're gaslighting people, and we need to own up to that. And then we need to own up to the fact that we're associating with people who like to gaslight us all the time, what makes us feel argumentative. So these are the things we need to be mindful of. If you want to have positive energy and positive reinforcement in our life, we have to be positive ourselves. It's common sense, but sadly a lot of common sense isn't very common. You know, I've been there, I get it, I've associated with a lot of toxic people, but that should actually be number one. Step number one is, if you want positive energy in your home, we have to be positive and only allow positive people within our home. The next one is, so number 10 is the last one. Obviously, because if you're following me, then you know that I practice the occult. When I say occult, I mean occult, not cult, which means hidden knowledge or secret knowledge, which means I guess you could call it magic, but it's basically working with the forces of nature. So if you're in a situation and you feel like it's so toxic and you feel like this isn't enough. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes maybe somebody threw some juju at us. Maybe we were born into just bad juju. Maybe we just had bad habits because we learned it from our parents or something, and we're carrying it into our adulthood life. And we just can't get rid of negative energy, and we can't figure it out. Getting involved into occult work, as in magic, or I don't like to call it witchcraft because I feel like that's Europeanized lingo, but that's basically what I'm speaking of. If you need some of that work done to protect your home from negative energy because you feel like it's that bad, then you could feel free to message me. So either A, you could go to my YouTube channel where I share all kinds of information on how to do this kind of work, how to work with the nectar and the orishas, and ancestors and stuff like that. Ancestors love to protect us. They're the first to go to as our ancestors. The next one after that would be orishas. And of course, like I said, the other step is us protecting ourselves. So if we are getting attacked by energies, it's because we are subconsciously and soulfully agreeing to it. It is a soul contract. So the best thing is to work on our ori, which is our head energy, through meditation. And we do that a lot in occult work in the priesthood. And the next one would be asking protection from our ancestors. And the next one after that would be asking protection from forces of nature like orishas, the nectar, loa, gede, stuff like that. So if you would like to know how to do that kind of work, you could just follow me or like me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel on YouTube at Mindofro. I also have a TikTok and Instagram at Mindofro too. If you don't want to do it yourself, you're kind of scared, you could ask me to do it or ask my spouse to do it. You could get a reading done and we could find out why is this energy following you around. If you would like to get a reading to find out about any spirits following you around, or if you would like to get initiated into the priesthood so you can learn how to do it more professionally on your own, go ahead and shoot me a message and we could set an appointment, or I will send you to my spouse as well. Whatever I feel fits. Depends on what kind of reading you want, depends on the questions that you have. Whatever fits, I will let you know. So I hope everybody is having a safe day. The next video I'm going to make is going to be on Merit Seger. Merit Seger is a netter. She's a guardian goddess. She is an ancient Kemetic, or in other words, Egyptian goddess. I do have a pyramid in my home. I have a lot of videos about working with pyramid energy. So there was a moment where Merit Seger came out of my pyramid and spoke to me, and I didn't even call her. She just came and spoke to me. I am a medium. A lot of my videos are based on speaking with spirits and orishas and a netter and gede and stuff like that, ancestors. I communicate with them very clearly, and she came through and she spoke to me. So I want to make a video on it. I want to let you know what her energy is like and what my experience was speaking to this being, and what kind of things she likes and how you can contact her if you would like to. So go ahead and look out for that video in about a week from now. Hotep, Ankh Uchaseneb, Adabo. Peace.